a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, otherwise known as 1986, you got to see graphic humanoid duck titties in a film called in a film rated PG, by the way, also called Howard the Duck.
And cinema has never been the same since.
Yeah. What is it?
Anthropomorphic.
Thank you.
Anthropomorphic duck titties with nips. It wasn't just like bulging breasts. There were nips. Yeah.
I think they were D size.
D cup? Yeah.
Yeah, they're D cup.
But maybe I just like can't resist that animalistic attraction.
John, I think you turned him into a furry. Great job.
Wait, turned?
Oh
no! We discovered a furry in our midst.
Lola Bunny was just the beginning.
Welcome to Reshoot, amateurs in no suits. Too many movies to explore. Ruthie, Hector, and Ed, laughter till the end. Let's see something never done before. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reshoot, an amateur's guide to gooder film. God damn it, Ed. I am one of your hosts, the annoying Peter, Hector.
I can't think of a funny name. Ruthie.
I'm Ed the Duck.
And I am Smash Tits.
Guys, I think we have to quit the podcast. I don't know if we can do anything funnier than that.
We can't do anything funnier than that. God damn it. Here, Smash. Here's our
Here's our golden microphone.
Here's here's our all our passwords and everything. It's all yours now, dude.
Take my keys, take my car.
All I asked for giving you this funniness is that Ed gets a tattoo of duck tits.
On top of his own.
On top of my own? No, it has to be a tramp stamp.
That's a shark.
That's reserved for the corn shark.
Oh, that's right. The corn shark. Damn.
Oh man.
So on my ass then.
Yeah, just on the cheeks.
Yeah, the cheeks are the titties. Yeah.
And when we say like John or Smash, when you say the duck titties, do you mean like the photo realistic nippy?
Yes, he would have it would be all across his ass. It would be of the entire duck with tits in the bathtub.
Beautiful.
Also, it was crazy how she didn't react with Howard just like going through her walls.
Yeah, I noticed.
She just kept singing.
Maybe this is something that happens a lot in Duck.
Yeah.
World.
Maybe she was super drunk.
She was
just having a great time.
Before we get further,
yeah.
John, do you want to introduce yourself and your podcast?
Yeah. Shameless plug.
I'm Smash Trivia John. I'm the host of the Gamma Analysis, a podcast that does a lot of geeky movies and some random other things, and aims with a focus on the Marvel character, the Hulk.
And since you do a lot of trivia and stuff, I actually have a trivia question for you.
Okay.
How many issues did the original Hulk series last?
Ooh, I think that would be 6 issues.
Yes! Bonus question, for no actual points whatsoever because I'm poor. What do you remember the month or year that it was?
Ooh, I believe that was 66.
63. Close.
Okay.
Stumped.
Good job.
Yeah, nice job.
Good
Way
job.
better than I would have done.
Yeah, I was looking up like Hulk trivia and that was one. I'm like, oh, that's fun. But yeah, good job.
I would have guessed in the month spring.
The month of spring?
Or perhaps winter, or summer, or fall.
Oh,
And here is the first ever issue of Hulk.
Oh, you have it? Damn.
Oh, cool.
It's not one of the original printings. It's just a copy of it, but it is the original issue.
That's really
Nice.
sick, though.
Yeah, I also got one from Hulk 186 or 7, which is a first appearance of Wolverine.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's
Is
cool.
that the one where he throws Wolverine?
Mm,
I think that comes
they
later.
fight in this issue.
Oh no!
Back
It was.
when
Is the Cannonball special with
the
Colossus?
the Cannonball special is
Wait, is it called Cannonball?
no, it's not Cannonball. It's
Uh,
oh, that's cool.
Fastball
Cannonball.
special.
The fastball special, yes.
Fastball special.
Yeah.
Is that with Colossus?
That
Yeah,
was
it's usually with Colossus.
Okay.
there was one time where She-Hulk did it to Wolverine, and she was commenting on his buns.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
I
So,
mean, he does squat in a lot of his comic poses.
yeah,
so that
yeah.
tracks.
No, it tracks.
Anyways, today's movie, Howard the Duck. It's a Marvel character.
This is the first Marvel movie confirmed.
Like actual like from Marvel Studios and stuff. Yeah.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this was not made by Marvel Studios. This was
Yeah.
made by Lucasfilms.
Okay. No. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, George
but,
Lucas.
But technically,
This-
because Howard the Duck appears in Guardians of the Galaxy, first one of the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
One thing about this
gosh.
film that I find extremely interesting is how the opening narration as he's flying through the cosmos definitely sounds like it's describing the multiverse. So I would say this is like really within that same multiverse.
For sure.
For sure. So how are we gonna do? Man, this got a really hard movie to summarize quickly.
I got you.
All right.
I'm the master of summarizing because I don't remember a lot of the films. So
Nailed it.
anyways, movie starts off with Howard the Duck in Duck World. It's a planet shaped as an egg, and through some weird circumstances, he starts getting pulled through this portal. Turns out to be like an energy beam, and he winds up in a couch
Cleveland.
in alley in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes.
Yes, Cleveland, Ohio, and he's like runs into like weird people. Also, a PG film, a biker gang called what is it like Hell's Sluts?
Satan's
Satan's
sluts.
Sluts, and one of them was a drag queen. It looked like a drag queen, which was awesome.
There was
Anyways-
also one person who had baby doll faces all over their jacket.
All over the
Oh
leather
yeah.
jacket. Yeah,
That one was sick.
that was weird. Anyways, he meets some wacko characters, gets punched around and stuff, and then he saves. I don't even remember her name.
Beverly.
She saves Beverly getting assaulted by two guys, one with the baby doll faces, because he's a master of duck foo or whatever, or quack foo.
Quack Fu.
Quack Fu.
Yes.
Quack foo. And then Beverly basically takes him home. They talk for a little bit, and then Beverly takes Howard over to her friend who's a scientist who turns out to be just like the janitor for the museum.
He was a lab assistant, and
Lab
she
assistant.
technically never met him before. He's the
Oh,
boyfriend of one of the band members.
oh, wait, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he just walked in. Okay.
Yeah, because Beverly was super surprised when she met. Like she kind of knew him, but she didn't know
Yeah.
anything about him.
Yeah. Takes him there because she thought he could help determine what he is or where he came from, but he's just a lab assistant. And then they leave, and Beverly and Howard have a fight. Howard goes off to find a job, and then he just kind of goes back to Beverly because the job thing wasn't working out. He started working at a bathhouse that was co-ed and was really weird.
Yeah.
It seemed like a brothel, but kind of like a
Yeah, but it-
bring your own sex partner brothel.
Yeah, it was weird. But it is Cleveland, so like, yeah.
Who knows what goes on there? It doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then he eventually goes back to Beverly, and they have this really weird, almost sex scene.
I was
Beverly
wondering
has
if they
a
were
nice
going to.
butt also. Beverly has a very nice butt. And then like Peter, the lab assistant dude, just walks in with like Dr. I forget his name. I forget everyone's name here.
Dr. Jennings, wasn't it?
Jennings, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Jennings
Oh.
and some other dude. And then they I think they no. they try to take him with them, and they like pluck a feather from him, and then they confirm that like, yeah, it was this laser that we have, and then they go over there to. On their way there, Jennings went to the laser first, and he activated it, and it like backfired, and then apparently he dragged in some weird demon thing, and they go to a diner, and for some reason Howard and Beverly just are okay with Jennings having a supremely evil voice and saying weird things. And the diner scene is first of all Cajun sushi, and
I
it
would
is
try that.
the funniest scene in the entire film, that entire diner sequence. And then eventually Jennings kidnaps Beverly, takes her back to the laser to try and get one of the other demons to possess her body. And then Howard and the lab assistant go and have a literal neutron laser. And they shoot the event, like scuffle goes around, and Howard eventually shoots the thing with the neutron laser, but the thing was already activated and more demons are going to come in, and then he shoots the neutron laser at the thing, securing his place forever in Earth. And then the movie ends. Because Howard's now the new manager of Beverly's band. And they
He's not
have a
on Earth.
very... What?
He's not on Earth forever.
What?
I mean, throughout the movie, he's like there, but again, this is the first movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's
Oh my...
very
Shush!
dark
Shush! Anyways, yeah, like, and also Beverly and Howard have a very strange sequence again at the very end of the film. Yeah, the bestiality stuff in this film was like really uncomfortable, but the most uncomfortable was obviously the duck tits. And yeah, that's movie in a nutshell. I skipped over some major details, but it's fine.
You missed it. You missed out saying movie in an eggshell.
True. All right,
I'm
Smash.
going
Since this
to
was your
like
pick,
walk away.
since this movie was your pick, Smash, that makes you episode czar. So, it is your choice on who goes when. You can choose to go first, or you can have any one of us go first. It's your call.
I'm gonna say Ed goes first.
I knew it was gonna be me. All right. So yeah, So because this was short notice and my life is kind of busy, I watched this literally last night.
Same.
Same, yeah, okay. And I only watched it that one time. But oh my gosh, this movie. Things I liked. I liked the like you, Hector. I liked the first 30 minutes, not the first half. I liked the first 30 minutes, and then I liked the diner scene. There were some really good jokes in a lot of this film, actually. And for the life of me, I can't remember many of them. Like, literally.
It was
But
a lot. Like
there was a lot, yeah,
all at
and like
once.
really back to back, very, very quick paced humor in this. Like, if you're not paying full attention, you'll miss some funny jokes. But yeah, it was surprisingly funny. And honestly, the duck animatronic, or like at least the head was animatronic. It was like a suit, and the head was
I think it was 3 people who were like, we watched this on Amazon, and when you pause, it gives the name.
The
It was-
X-ray vision or whatever.
Yeah. It was like 3 people just for Howard. So like, honestly, props to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't find Howard like that disturbing, or like that weird, or that bad even. Like, that's like passable for like a low budget film these days, honestly. That kind of thing, it's better than Sharks of the Corn.
What are you talking about? Sharks of the Corn is peak cinema.
I can't even say that joke in good taste, dude. I don't know how.
It
Velocipaster is
unironically,
good cinema.
I think it out movies Morbius.
Possibly.
You talk about the Howard puppet, whether it's disturbing or not. At least what we saw in the film is not as disturbing as how the puppet looks now.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
It
Oh,
is,
boy.
it is decayed.
Yeah, it's not aged well. Dang.
Yeah.
Have you seen the original Kermit Muppet?
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
It low-key looked cursed during those coffee commercials.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I mean like the actual like
Oh,
finalized
actual Kermit.
Kermit.
Okay.
It's in the Smithsonian. I got to go once. It's not as decayed as that because they actually care for it, but
It's like very pale green now. Yeah.
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 It's like, show me a picture one more time, please?
Here we go.
Oh god, that's just like if Howard keeps living his sinful lifestyle.
And here's another one of the ones they use, and this is just a head, but yeah.
Oh,
dang.
that's
That,
terrifying.
that looks like Chica from Five Nights.
Oh
Yeah.
god, it does.
Oh, Chica. Yeah. Anyways, what was I? Oh, my likes. Yeah. I mean, Jennings was hilarious. Dr. Jennings once he got possessed by the
Really?
demon was super funny. I
Oh,
loved it.
Jennings.
I mean,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, Jennings. Like,
Okay,
it was
I got confused with the assistant for a second.
yeah,
My bad.
it was so funny. Just like when he like walked into the nuclear facility and he's just like walking around, and then he like walks to these normal people and he just goes, yeah, and they're like, okay. Yeah, Jennings as a demon was top notch. Like, loved it. Things I disliked. Basically everything else. I really did not like the lab assistant. It was cringy as hell. It really like put me off or like set me like I was enjoying a little bit, and then he shows up, and I'm like, oh, I hate this. And then whenever he wasn't on screen, I like started enjoying the movie more again.
I find it ironic, of all things, that the animal character is normal, but the human is the closest thing to a Jar Jar.
I mean, typical hairless ape, and yeah, produced by George Lucas. Like, of course you're gonna have another Jar Jar in this.
I mean, I like Jar Jar, but like,
No,
I'd pick Jar Jar over Phil.
Oh, I'd pick Jar Jar over most.
Oh yeah, Jar Jar is an amazing character. He's so much better than Filzy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my fix. Replace Filzy with Jar Jar.
Oh, I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even.
I
Damn.
don't agree.
Wait, episode 1. Wait, written as episode 1 or written in Clone Wars? Because I feel like written in Clone Wars is more tolerable.
Yeah, it's more tolerable. I'm thinking about episode 1 Jar Jar.
Yeah, no, even episode 1 Jar Jar is preferable to Filzy.
No, yeah.
No.
To
I
Filzy?
I disagree.
Okay, John,
what
do you think?
I would say episode 1 Jar Jar. Since I actually like episode 1 Jar Jar a lot, I find him hilarious.
Okay, we're just gonna have to disagree on that. Yeah, I would prefer Filzy over Jar Jar like any day, but Filzy was still just very intolerable. Oh my gosh, a lot of this movie just like I don't know.
I did really love Filzy getting basically waterboarded for a while.
That was
yeah,
I was fine
dude,
with that. Yeah.
funny you say that because I was watching with some friends and they basically said, like talking as Filzy is like, Howard, stop! I'm getting waterboarded. Yeah, and those little planes, the little plane that he died, I think there was a continuity error where they shot the wings, and then the wings were fine when he did the loop-de-loop, and then at the end the wings were even more destroyed.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, and that's weird because they had really good continuity with like
a lot of stuff. Yeah,
a lot of stuff. Like Bev still had her like 90 underneath the clothes. That was a really good detail, I thought.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Howard was also fine. Like I thought, when I first saw this film, I thought it was gonna be Howard that was like the worst part of the movie, but he was probably the second best part of the movie. Like he was super normal, super funny, typical hairless ape kind of stuff. And you're and when at the museum, he was like, "Wait, so you guys are all hairless apes?" And then he's like talking to himself while other characters are. He's like, "Wait, so you guys are all hairless apes?" It's kind of disgusting. Yeah, this movie had some pretty nice, really funny jokes actually for the most part. But again, when Filzy was on screen, it was hard to watch. Yeah, I don't know. That's basically my likes and dislikes. Not super strong opinions on this movie, really. apart from others. I mean, I had emotions in this one. I wasn't like giggle bored like in Point Break, but
Yeah, but like, how would you fix it?
that's really hard. Is the thing for this one because there was
As
nothing.
hard as his corkscrew penis.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! He had a condom
God.
outside of the wrapper in his wallet.
Thank you. That
I
was
have-
weird.
Was it used? Is it corkscrew shaped?
It wasn't corkscrew shaped. It was normal.
We don't
shaped.
know that. It was still
Yeah,
rolled up.
was
It
still
could
rolled up.
corkscrew shape if he rolls it out.
It could be.
Could be.
The world
Anyways,
will never know.
again, yeah, there was nothing to latch onto in this movie that was like super interesting to like build the movie around that. And like I don't know much about Howard the Duck, and I didn't really have time to research Howard the Duck, so I don't know like exactly what his deal is. All I know is that he gets isekai'd in the comics also.
Yes.
But like I feel really bad basically not having a fix
Okay,
because
well,
I can't think
since
of anything.
Since you won't agree to Jar Jar replacing Phil, how do you fix Phil? Because he's just so annoying.
He's just not in the movie. You
So
just
then how do they get to the scientists?
Yeah, how do you connect Howard to the scientists?
the manager knows Dr. Jennings. Easy.
How will the manager know Dr. Jennings though? Just give us that.
I don't know. He's not as big as a douchebag, and maybe he's like, I don't know, just perchance he just knows him. There doesn't really need to be a huge explanation for it.
Oh, I had one. Can I get
And
it
also,
to you?
it makes the manager like the manager was talked about early, and then you don't see him until the end of the film. It makes him more of a character in the movie, more of like an actual thing.
What?
Wait. The manager from the band?
Yeah, the
He was in the
band
middle of the
manager.
movie.
He was in the middle. He
He's
was the
not-
one that
he's not in
Howard
the
beat
end.
up at the bar.
He's at the end of the first half.
Oh, that is the first half. Yeah, and he's only ever there. But yeah, like maybe it makes the manager more of a thing in the beginning of the movie and stuff. I don't know. Like again, like I watched this movie last night. If I was gonna make a fix, I was gonna rewrite the entire movie, and I just didn't have time. And I'm
Okay.
sorry. And
No, that's fine.
yeah,
It
but
was last minute.
How
quick
dare you?
fix, just delete Jennings. Or delete Filzy. Just gone. Better movie. 100%.
All right. All right. Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
I
Thank you, Ed.
apologize that I don't have a more deep fix or anything like that. That's
Do you
the whole
want
point of this
one?
podcast.
Ed, do you want
What?
one? I can give you a way to connect Jennings to Beverly.
To Beverly.
Yeah, he's a huge fan of Cherry
Oh,
Bomb.
he's a fan of. Oh, that's
I
better.
was gonna make
Yeah.
Jennings the brother of the manager.
Oh, that could work too.
Oh, that could actually work too as well. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Bev's dad.
But I would definitely keep the diner scene.
Oh,
Show was
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, diner scene was good. That was like my last favorite scene. That was like this last scene I liked in the movie. After that, I kind of
Agreed.
fizzled
Agreed
off.
hard.
Yeah.
And not because of like. Okay, I don't know. John, who do you want to go next?
You know what? Hold up. Sorry, my bad. You know, just thought of it right now. What would make this a better film is if it's just like Howard the Duck and just like the weird hijinks he gets to after getting isekai. There's no real like villain or anything like that. Just like what the hell is going on? What is this planet? Kind of shit. I don't know.
I would watch a whole movie of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
whole like just pure comedy.
Yeah, definitely.
Somebody
I'm,
throws some bread at him. What the hell?
He throws a whole sandwich back. No.
I'm gonna go with Hector next.
Okay.
All right.
Likes duck titties.
Okay.
My man.
My man.
Fuck yeah!
There we go. Now it's a party. Also, can I just say, do you know how gobsmacked I was when I see Howard the Duck and then George Lucas? I'm like, oh no, okay, this makes sense.
Yo, there's actually a really interesting story with the relation to George Lucas with it. It's because of how bad this film failed at the box office. George Lucas had to sell off Lucas Animation before they even had a chance to make any films. That studio that was Lucas Animation became Pixar.
Oh, cool.
So Howard the Duck is literally responsible for Pixar existing.
It just goes full circle back to Disney. That's bananas. No, that's cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The duck PTSD, I forgot when. Oh yeah, when he was seeing like the duck hunters and everything like that. That PTSD was like amazing. Like I know people complain. I did some research after watching the movie. People complain about him being expressionless, but I think like the little they could, along with the voice, just really sells me on the whole
He was
thing.
expressionless.
People thought he was expressionless. I guess compared to other animatronics and stuff like that at the time. Keep in mind, the 80s were.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold up. Like this thing had better like expressions than the whole Lion King movie, the remake.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck had better facial expressions than the entire movie.
Yeah. What's funny is
What the hell
real
is
lions
wrong
have
with people
more.
in the 80s.
To be fair, everyone. I'm sure this movie's like half of the budget was just to pay Pablo Escobar to give him all the cocaine in the world. Like, let's be real.
Sure, whatever.
I don't know. But yeah. Also the grunge, like the dirty, nasty grunge of this entire movie is great. Like the graininess, the color, like the color grading, like the texture. Just I don't know. It's something I don't see anymore. Movies are too clean at sometimes nowadays. Most movies. And this was just nice. I love that dirty aesthetic. It's also like 12 Monkeys is another one, Ed. That has that same kind of grunge, and I live for it.
I actually with the color grading and all that stuff like you were talking about. I was actually reminded of The Big Lebowski, a kind of like that.
I haven't seen that yet. I will add it to my. I'll put it at the top of my. Let me add to my list. What's the other one? So this is a very controversial thing, and I'm sure I'm gonna completely like canceled for this, and I'm ready to accept it. I think 80s music for the most part is a bit overrated. I'm not the biggest fan.
Pitchforks.
My dad made me listen to a lot of it growing up.
Well, let's pack it up, guys.
Yeah.
Podcast is canceled.
Podcast is canceled.
We will be holding auditions for a third podcast host shortly.
But my point is though, God damn it, Cherry Bomb's music fucking slapped.
You're right.
Yes! Oh my god, yes. They had such amazing music.
Like, every song, like, at the end with Howard at the end, I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be lame and more. I'm like, no, this is amazing. This is really good music.
I actually, I don't know where it is now, but I actually have a recording of myself singing that Howard the Duck song on from the end of the film.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Also, my last like that I could think of, there was a few more, but I can't think of them. Howard the Duck had drip. Let's be real, y'all. He had some good drip.
He also had good riz.
I mean, it's Howard. But no, he had some good riz and some good drip. He's,
He was
I totally
smooth, too.
Yeah, the riz.
The riz. Do you not know what riz means, Ed?
Bro, I'm not a zoomer like y'all.
I'm the zoomer. He's technically millennial.
Like barely.
I'm also a zoomer.
Hey! Internet high five.
Technically millennial. Very young millennial. That's what he is. Basically a zoomer.
So riz is short for charisma.
Do you know how stupid that is?
Okay, boomer.
You got the riz. Don't insult our cat like that, dude.
Thing is, what's more stupid than any kind of zoomer or terminology? How cringe it is when people who are older generations try to use it to make themselves look cool.
Don't call me out like that, dude. I'm starting to use riz.
You're fine. You as a millennial, you're fine. But I've like heard some people who are like really who are like Gen X or even boomers who try to use Gen Z terminology and it's just like, this isn't This isn't
I-
fun
Like seeing
at
a high
all.
school, like seeing your high school
Yeah.
teacher say all facts, no printer, and what? No.
Like there's a podcast I listen to occasionally that all of the hosts are like, I think they're like maybe like early a millennials, and they have and they like to as a way to sound cool say on God no cap. I'm like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
why?"
Yeah. That. Oh boy. Like personally, I like using. I have a younger sibling who I think. So I like to learn the terminology just to use it wrong in front of him. That's fun.
Such a
But
dad
like,
move.
what do you say?
Such a dad move.
It's fun.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Although he's
I can definitely understand
Apparently, on fleek is dead. That term?
yeah. That
I
was
have not heard that in ages.
yeah. No, that
I
one's
don't
been.
think
Really?
I've ever actually heard someone say that in real life.
I have.
I have as well.
Thank you guys for not saying my name. Wait, shit. No.
Well, I just said it. So
My dislikes. Holy Exposition Howard. These are more in order of the movie. As it
oh
turns out.
yeah.
Like the first bit, like I know the exposition was necessary, but it was so much in such a small time. Luckily, it kind of stopped after the Beverly when he first sleeps in Beverly's room. But man,
Uh-huh.
before that, a third of the way in, I didn't know where it was going, and it wasn't fun. Now I kind of miss it. I kind of took that one back because like it was fun, but it was just kind of like that state of confusion was just weird because I'm not used to seeing this kind of film. But like I think by like the brothel, we'll call it the brothel bit, I was like warming up to it.
BYOB brothel.
Bring your own babe brothel. No,
Bring your own boner brothel.
I know. So I did some research, and I know the Dark Overlord is surprisingly accurate. I think it was like it felt kind of like lackluster. Like they were too scared to go all in on the second half, and it was not a fan. Like I think my issues with a lot of superhero movies, it's always save the world. Does not matter the scale for the most part. That's why I've been a huge fan of I'm still fresh off Guardians 3, so like I think Gun's kind of one of the better ones.
Oh, yeah.
The first one, Homecoming, Spider-Man, that one did a pretty good
That one did
small-scale
really
villain.
good, yeah.
Definitely.
So this was kind of like disappointing. So I'm like, you're getting a street level hero at best doing like world, doing Avenger level threats. And I don't know. It was fine. It was just kind of
You
like
think the Avengers are gonna go to Cleveland?
yo, there should be a Cleveland Avengers team. I would read that.
Oh,
Dude, it'd be so trashy.
That's the point. Yeah, get like D-list superheroes. Like get Gunn to like Gunn can't
One
anymore.
of them is just an insurance agent. That's it.
That's
That's his power.
That's an actual
Wait,
thing.
Hold up. Wait. Cleveland. One is an insurance agent?
yeah,
Cleveland.
that's his superpower.
That's damage control.
Wait. So that's just Trigun then?
I haven't
We haven't seen Trigun. Also, that's just damage control in Marvel. That is an actual thing, right?
What?
yeah, damage control is the thing.
I
Okay.
try to make a joke about Cleveland being a desert planet, an insurance agent with Trigun, and then it just gets nobody knows.
You're the wrong audience, pal.
Viewers. How have you guys never seen Trigun?
I've been in love with Cowboy Bebop, and that's it. So, joking aside, okay, sorry. Before I get lost, my fixes. I looked at a bunch of I tried to find Howard the Duck rogues gallery, and I picked Bessie the Hell Cow. Do you know who that is? Who raised your? Do you know who that is?
I have no idea. Who that
Okay, this is amazing. Okay, yes, Ed.
You said raise your hands. I clicked the button.
Okay, yes. So Bessie the Hell Cow. What the story is? Let me remember. This was a really fun Wikipedia article to read about Bessie the Hell Cow. So basically, Bessie is a cow. Dracula was starving, He was in this farm. He ate the cow. He sucked the blood straight off the cow. The cow died, came back to life 3 days later, and is going on a big revenge quest to kill Dracula.
Mood.
And so the powers are super bovine strength and agility, sucking blood, and having a half cow, half bat form to fly around in easier.
By super bovine agility, can she climb downstairs?
I'm sure she can. I didn't read the comics. This was like yesterday before I went on my thing I'll mention in my what I watched recently.
Okay.
So this is just to give you an idea of who Bessie the Hell Cow is. Also, she was in a Daredevil run up to a Deadpool run like 5 years ago. Deadpool Inc., I think. Yeah, it's fun. Although now she just looks like a human with like a regular human except for like a cow head.
Ew.
So like, yeah, I don't know. I feel there's a good cow like utter joke there, but I'm not gonna make it.
Mommy milkers.
Okay, thank you. So here's the thing. We're not gonna have like Jennings as the villain. Okay, here's Jennings as a villain, broke. Bessie, woke. So here's what we're gonna do. There is a farm right next to the lab. Right? When the explosion happens, there's a maybe you can have like Howard look at one of the cows or something, or make some joke about the cow, so we're aware of it. One of the vampire demon overlord, instead of falling to Jennings, falls onto the cow. And also, they're not demon overlords; they're vampires or vampire demons. Because why the fuck not, right? I'm getting into some of that cocaine here, okay? So, Bessie and the vampire are fighting for control. Jennings is still hurt from the explosion, so they almost crash, and then they hear something coming after them, so they go hide in a steakhouse. Bessie gets offended, and then she just starts to eat all the people there. Like, she's chopping them up or something, like, just doing all this crazy stuff, like, really fast. And thinking, Hector, how can you do this in the 80s? CGI wasn't as good then. And I say, yes, that's correct. But here's the thing. Do you know who Phil Tippett is?
No.
He's the guy who did the stop motion for this film when it was the final bit with the Demon Overlord.
Okay, so he was the person who did the worst part of the film.
Oh, really? I thought it was really good.
I hated how the stop motion looked because it felt very obvious to me how it was just a tiny figure that they zoomed up big. It just looked really bad to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
It reminded me of the original second Mortal Kombat movie. If you've never seen that, do. Also, Hector, when you said, when you were like, how are you going to do that, Hector? The CG wasn't as big as in the 80s, and you said, yes, that's correct. It would have been really funny if you just stopped there and continued with your next point. Because it sounded like you learned.
Fair enough. So my thought is, okay, so Phil Tippett, I really appreciate him because I haven't seen it yet, but he did a movie called Mad God. He worked on it for 20 years. It just came out last year. It's on, if you have Shudder, you can get a free trial of Shudder. Watch it. I need to get a free trial of Shudder. But it's just pure stop motion. He's really good at it. Like, he's up there with like Leica, or like the old Leica president is like one of the big fathers of stop motion.
Or the Wallace and Gromit guys.
Aardman too, yes. Thank you. But I want him to be making Bessie the Hell Cow and fighting Howard the Duck with stop motion. And yeah, it doesn't matter if it's bad. It doesn't matter if it's cheap. If anything, that would make it more of a cult classic looking back on it, right? So just make them fight. Just
let them fight.
Let them fight. That's my fix. Just that they fight with Bessie and the vampire overlord fighting for control, and then at the end Bessie lives because we love Bessie.
Okay, sounds like a pretty fun film to me.
Thank you. All right, over Czar.
I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but the last person here that's not me. You can. What is your name again?
Ruthie.
Rufy. You can go next.
All right. What I liked about this movie, it reminded me of a lot of movies I saw as a kid. Just a few that I can name. I don't know if anyone else saw it. We're Back, A Dinosaur Story.
She told me about this one. I never
Holy
heard of
shit,
it.
guys! You're sleeping on a classic over here.
Can
John
ex-
Goodman plays a dinosaur.
Interesting.
But
I
Back
know
to
what
the
you're
Future.
talking about, Ruthie. I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen
Thank
it. Let me
you.
look it up real quick.
It's so good. God damn it!
Is it animated or?
Yes,
Okay.
it's fully. It's a 2D animated movie from the 80s, so you know it's good.
Yeah. It's the golden age of animation.
Yeah.
I have seen that movie before. Yep, 100%. I know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hmm.
I was like, Ed's got to have seen it. I feel
Yeah.
it. Okay. Back to the Future for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
Star Wars Episode 4 for obvious reasons. And Spaceballs, and that's because the visual effects guys, the special effect guys, they were actually hired by Mel Brooks after this movie because it was such a big flop.
I think he said
He specifically sought them out.
because he was like he was like anyone who's been in
Howard the Duck.
and Howard the Duck has a role in my film.
Yeah.
So
And the next one he made was Spaceballs. Like what Hector was saying, when the band was playing, I was having a good time. They had really good music. I don't know if Leah Thompson was singing, but if she did a great job. And if not, the person singing also did a good job. I liked the scene of Howard at the bar. No one else has mentioned it. That was like my favorite scene in the movie. Like, you know, you got the classic trope of the bartender, like a bar fight is breaking out, bleh, and the bartender just hands Howard the bottle to hit over the guy's head. And space rabies, chef kiss.
Oh god, space rabies.
I felt like the band had really good chemistry. It was really believable that the four of them worked together and, like, I don't know, they vibed really well. And before we saw this was my first time watching it yesterday. I didn't know how Howard was gonna look. I was expecting it to be a little uncanny valley. The image, like the still images, kind of made me believe like, oh man, it's gonna be really creepy. But the puppeteers did an amazing job, and we've been spoiled in a bad way by modern CGI and puppeteering. Because modern CGI, it like ages
like you
so
want
fast.
to return back to puppeteering.
Yes.
No, I 100% agree.
Because like even in Lord of the Rings, there's some CGI where it's a little dated, but good puppeteering.
That's why The
Wow.
Hobbit is better because it's just all CGI. She's about to
Get-
murder me.
Get out of my house.
This is an apartment, dummy.
I own all apartments now. Get out. All right. Dislikes. Especially in the first part of this movie, it is a little too aggressively horny for my own taste. I am the self-proclaimed prude, so it was just like 5% over the top. Especially, I get it, it's an 80s movie, but it was technically PG, so it was like,
Yeah, that
Bruh.
blade duck kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. You're not gonna like one of my fixes.
Howard is a nudist.
Wait, so we're gonna see anthropomorphic duck pee-pee
God.
and balls?
Corkscrew or go screw yourself and get out of here, right? No. I'm sorry, that was really bad audience.
No, I
I
thought that
believe.
was funny.
I'm
I like
more
that-
disappointed in you for liking that joke than me making that joke. Jeez.
It was better than the Hobbit one.
That's yeah.
I agreed with you, hun. There was so many exposition dumps, especially like in the first half hour. Like, I get it, it's a kids movie, but at the same time,
Is this really a kids movie?
technically it's a PG.
I mean, at the same time, I'm the National Lampoon Vacation movies are PG.
the rating doesn't always mean it's geared towards that.
Yeah. Walter
is definitely-
Mitty's like not meant for little kids, and that one's PG.
Fair enough. I was confused about Beverly not knowing Phil. Whatever. Everyone seemed really surprised when he said he wanted to go home. Like Bev was surprised. The scientists were surprised. Like, how
I
about
don't know if it was a surprise or more so like Beverly. She wanted him to stay because she's in love with him, and then the scientists want to profit off of him.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like Beverly got the empathy of why he might want to return to his home planet a lot faster than the scientists did, and it's just like, my guy.
As
Mhm.
someone who does like science and the pursuit of knowledge, I completely understand that they're like, wait, no, we were gonna learn so much.
Yeah.
Right, sentient being. I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Could have been presented better,
It
but
could
I
have been
get it.
presented better. Phil was such an asshole. I get the trope. He's supposed to be the annoying, really smart guy, but he's also a doofus. But he's so far up his own ass. I can't like him through the rest of the movie, even when he's supposed to become likable.
He breathes his own farts.
So,
He huffs his own farts. I felt like there was a big disconnect between the first half and the second.
Yeah, I think everyone
Yeah.
did.
And my last one, the almost sex scene was really weird because it's like Howard was like into it, but then he's not into it, but Beverly's like super into it. Like, again, this is a movie that apparently children are going to be watching. I didn't like the implications it had on consent.
Yeah.
I know I have to be.
It's the 80s, but like,
I
I'm not,
know
I'm
it's
not, no,
the
no, I get it.
80s.
I get it. I get
I
it.
have to be the wet blanket.
No, I get it. It's
Otherwise,
just...
Ed's gonna get mad at me for being for hating Cure for Wellness.
Oh right, yeah, because you excused Howard the Duck, but not Careful. Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't say it.
y'all are just blind. Careful.
No, I saw too much. That was the problem.
Oh my gosh.
So for my fix, I just wrote Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, is the whole movie just the manager thing?
Not the whole movie. I will keep the Overlord stuff just because I'm unoriginal. But I think I'd rearrange the events just a little bit. So up until Howard gets in up until Howard fights the two punks who are attacking Beverly, all the same. Fine, sure, whatever. Howard saves Beverly. She looks down, she pats where pockets are supposed to be. Silly woman, we don't have pockets. And she says, "Oh shit, I gotta go back to the bar and pick something up. My scummy manager forgot to pay me again." That's when Howard goes, "We'll move the bar scene there. We'll introduce him to the rest of the band." Beverly, she's upset at first, like, "Oh great, now I just lost my manager. Now I'm gonna probably lose my house. Shit. I guess, yeah, thank you for saving me, Howard. Thank you for getting me this money, but what are we gonna do?" He becomes their manager. He doesn't know he knows how to manage because he's been did he moonlight? Wasn't that mentioned? Like he moonlighted at a jazz bar or something, or a bartender?
He used to be a musician.
He knows the basics of how managing works. He doesn't have as many contacts. So he decides he's going to pick up a couple odd jobs as he's learning, as he's trying to figure out how to manage people. He figures, oh, if I network a little bit, we'll keep the pool thing, whatever. While he's doing that, the band member who's dating Phil, she suggests her boyfriend works at the museum. He might be able to get Howard some help. And yeah, I'd kind of just turn it into more of Josie and the Pussycat situation where if there's a scene where Beverly is in, we're having the rest of the band too. Because like I said, I thought they had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
I think
Man,
it would be fun.
So that
I think that Leah Thompson was the best performer in the film.
all right.
Yeah.
I think it went with the guy who voice acted Howard, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, quick question. Every scene?
Not the sex scene.
Okay, are we making this a duck orgy? Because like,
A dorgy, if you will. I mean, canonically, Howard the Duck is polyamorous.
is he?
He's got 2 girlfriends.
Yeah, he does in the wallet picture. Yeah.
And he's got the one that's in the picture and the one that calls him on his answering machine.
Yeah, that is true.
Or the one that sent him a letter and the one that's on his answering machine.
Mm-hmm. I wish we got more Duckbird's what they fucking call it in DuckTales. I wish we got more of the Duck World.
Oh yeah, definitely some more of Duck World. That I really love how much care they put into like making everything duck themed. And I love those movie posters.
You can't convince me that The Breeders of the Lost Stork was not a porn movie. You cannot convince me.
All right, John. Best for last.
All right. So I as probably evident from how I've talked about this video, I love this movie. The movie, I find it to be an absolutely hilarious ride. And it's exactly the kind of campiness that I want out of superhero movies that I don't think we get enough of because that's how I see comics. Comics are like this really so many comics are extremely ridiculous, and I think that we don't get a lot of that now out of comic book films. I love one thing. I obviously as you mentioned, like the Howard the Duck voice actor. I think that was a perfect voice for Howard. I think and it is very interesting that was he did as well as he did with the fact that he wasn't hired until after production of the film had ended. They had already filmed everything with, and he wasn't there.
Damn.
Next is actually is I love Leah Thompson's and how she was able to play alongside this this animatronic like so well, where they actually do have chemistry together. Which is really cool. Well, especially since she didn't even have a voice to go along with that while filming. I love the everything about Duck World, and I love how like this is a film from the 80s, like 30 years before the Me Too movement happened, and they were calling out the fact that that managers can be scummy, and then they beat the hell out of the scummy manager. I love that. And then there's so many quotable scenes in this film. It's a film like like no more Mr. Nice Duck, quack foo, the space rabies is like
this might be a reach, but also what a rotten day.
Yeah.
Talk
Oh
about
yeah.
rotten day, like rotten
oh
eggs.
yeah, and like
Maybe?
the hairless apes. Like I love that that being an insult to all so much. Just calling all humans hairless apes. Apes. Then going into like some dislikes. I really don't like how it doesn't feel like they could decide what audience they wanted for the film. So like it as Rufy mentioned, like they this is a film that could feel like that at some points could feel like it's for children, but then also at some points it's very much for adults. I wish they had a better focus on the on that on what group people they wanted from the film. I don't this is a little bit of like outside of the actual film, but I don't like that Jennings is played by Jeffrey Jones, who is a sex offender.
Wait.
Ew.
Oh, Jennings?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, I thought you said Peter, who's Andy from Shawshank. So I thought Shawshank dude was a sex offender. I'm like, no, but no, Jennings, yeah, that sucks.
Would you recast Jennings with a different actor in mind?
Yes, yes, and that's what gonna be a part of one of my fixes is for the film. Another thing I hated in the film is the scene where where the Dark Overlord brings out that giant ass tongue. That was disgusting. That was so much worse than any duck titties in the film.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen a Cronenberg film before?
I'm not sure if I have.
Have you seen The Fly with Jeff Goldblum?
No.
Avoid it.
Do
Because
not.
that's like
Do not The Fly.
I like some body horror stuff. So like I've seen The Fly and I liked it, but like man,
It's gross.
The Fly is like 50 times the scene of the tongue. Just a FYI then.
As I said earlier, I did not like how the look of the Dark Overlord once he became his true arm, because it very much felt like it was this tiny thing that they just blew up in size. It didn't feel like it was really there in the scene to me. So onto my fixes. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to make it so that they actually have a clear focus on the audience that they want for this film, which I'm choosing that to be an extremely hard R raunchy comedy. And that which because I love raunchy comedies, so that's why and then and I would have there would be even more sex jokes throughout, even more duck tits, and possibly even since for equality, some human nudity as well. Yes.
Corkscrew penis or no?
Well, it's
No
human
corkscrew penis. No.
See, I was gonna
Dear
give you
God.
money. I was gonna help you fund this, but I'm out now. Man. Nope.
I vote Filzy being butt ass naked just to humiliate him.
Can we, for equality, can we have equal amount female and male nudity at least?
Sounds
But
good.
then we would need some male duck nudity.
Just do
Well,
a flat
I would have
cardboard
that-
ass for the.
I would have that the male duck nudity be when the cops strip Howard.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Or what about if we don't want the corkscrew penis? What about just balls?
I would
Or
I
a
would
leaf.
I
A
would
tasteful
probably
leaf.
have that it's just as a very small and furry a wiener. Probably.
And that is acceptable.
And then
I accept these terms.
and then also obviously on the female side, Beverly. Because I enjoyed the chemistry of those of Howard and Beverly so much, I would honestly have them go all the way with the sex scene. Just gonna be hilarious. And then and outside of that, add some other things I would change. One. Oh, you have your hands up.
At what point? I hate that I'm asking this. At what point do the scientists walk in with Howard and Bev?
Oh no, I didn't think
God.
about that.
I'm gonna say that one, there's not gonna be any kind of curtain, and it will be right as he finishes.
I was thinking the same thing. Birds of a feather, am I right?
I would have then because of how I do not like the actor playing Jennings, and I'm going to replace him with the original voice of Howard the Duck, who had actually left 1 week into shooting, because he couldn't do his very specific style on Howard the Duck, because of how they made the animatronic. That actor is Robin Williams. Robin Williams will be my Jennings.
Wait,
Holy
wait, hold up. We almost got Howard the Duck as Robin Williams.
Yeah, and he backed out because they didn't give enough of like freedom to him for him to be able to like actually get do like some kind of improvising with lines to make it funnier because
Completely
of how
fair.
because they had to film beforehand and all of the movements and its power. I'm going to have I'm going to have that at the final scene as they fight the Dark Overlord. He does not turn into the true form. It just is the whole time is crazy as hell. Robin Williams they're fighting. I think what else would I changing? Oh yeah, I want instead of the bathhouse that Howard will try to get a part-time job at. Instead, we're going to get a reference to what his job is in the comics. His job in the comics is a private detective.
I knew the music was sounding like a detective film in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then finally, my final thing would be that there's a post-credit scene, and that would be of the Hulk, teasing that there will be a sequel where Howard the Duck and the Hulk team up. I honestly have wanted that since I first saw I've watched the film for the first time. I think that would be a hilarious concept, and I would since CGI was not good back then. I would have them do a Hulk animatronic for that. Just like there was actually a canceled Hulk film in 1998 that was going to have a Hulk animatronic, and it was actually created. The entire animatronic was actually created, but they never end up actually completing the film. But that is my whole list of fixes. What do you guys think?
That's
I
really
love
good.
that, yeah.
I would watch that 100%.
Real quick, why not just have the post-credit scene? Why not just be it? Peter gets stuck in the gamma thing.
Oh, Peter gets
Peter
turned into the
his
Hulk?
real name because he kind of looks like skinny Bruce Banner.
Peter?
Oh, Filzy.
Filzy, my bad, Filzy.
Oh, Filzy. I mean, maybe, but I don't want Hawk to be someone as annoying as Filzy.
That's completely fair.
Yeah.
Also, I actually after so long, I actually hate mid and post credit scenes. It's kind of become tiring, and it's also like, why not just like put it as part of the movie? Like honestly,
I think John and I are on the same page. I am a sucker for a post credit scene.
The post credit scenes drive me up the wall though.
I would definitely make it just a mid credit scene. Right after the stylized credits. I'm obviously because I loved all the cherry bomb stuff. I would be keeping all of that, and I would honestly also have it just throughout the film. When they aren't on stage, there would just be songs. Whenever there needed to be music, there would be songs from Cherry Bombs playing, and they would just create a whole bunch of original music for the film.
Damn, dude, you knocked out of the park here today.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to pose a question to you all, but Smash kind of already touched on it. Since this is technically a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, yes, I'm still running with it. You can't stop me, damn it! What one change would you do to make it synergize a little bit more with the rest of the Cinematic Universe? Just one thing.
that's hard because it was in the 80s.
Do you do you want it to be actually the same universe, or do you want it to still be multiverse?
Either or.
Well, then, it's simply, I would have it that they literally in that first narration, I would have them actually say the word multiverse, or and say that he came from another universe. That Duck World is another universe.
Okay.
All right. The voice in the beginning sounded like the Wanderer.
Or the Watcher.
The Watcher.
Yeah.
Just have the Watcher. Just have him
Oh,
show
yeah.
up. Maybe have a little like in the background of the stars. You can kind of see like a shape and like the eyes.
Like
left
in
and
What
right.
If?
Which
Yeah.
I actually thought about like just changing the villain to being in a Watcher who's angry that Howard is here, even though he's not supposed to be. But I decided against it because I was like, Howard's not gonna be able to defeat a Watcher. There's no way that happens.
If Squirrel Girl can defeat Thanos, Howard can defeat a Watcher.
But I do think it would be hilarious to see Robin Williams as a Watcher, and it would be like one that's like very like elitist and douchey rich folk sort of feeling and personality.
Okay.
I think that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
I would have seen it. That's good. My thought when you said Robin Williams as a Watcher was like he's seen too much and he's just
Mhm.
losing it.
Like Genie in Aladdin.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
yeah.
been isolated for so long.
Oh man, yeah.
What about you, Ed? How would you connect it to the MCU in some way?
Something with Pym particles.
Pin particles?
Something with Pym particles. It's like a MacGuffin, right?
All right.
Something
Alright.
like that. Like, oh yeah, like the freaking laser thing is some kind of Pym particle thing before Hank Pym like actually gets into it.
Oh, that's good.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I just thought of another way which I think would make Ed very happy. Simply at the end of the film, the Earth gets destroyed and it's revealed to be by Kang because Ed does not like the film.
King Conqueror.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what I would do is at the end of the movie, after the Howard the Duck song, a family reaches out to Howard because he's a confirmed alien. This older gentleman, I don't know if he's got a wife at this point, but he starts telling Howard, "My grandson just got kidnapped and my daughter died. I'm his guardian. He's gone now. It was Peter."
Yeah.
No.
Mine is there's an old man. We cut to a grave with flowers.
Uh-huh.
It's Mary Jane. We pan up. It's Paul,
Oh,
the
Right.
guy who's been cucking Peter in the comics. I'm just bitter.
Oh,
I was
thought it-
thinking. I was thinking you meant Paul, as in the alien that Seth Rogen played in a movie in 2011.
That's my new one. That's my new one.
I have a better one.
yes.
During the concert at the end, like when what's her face and Howard are talking, you just see the Collector in the background showing up. Because
That would be a good one,
In
yeah.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's in the Collector's Collection.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's in like every single Guardians film, and
Isn't he in the Christmas special too?
no, I think so. He was in Avengers Endgame and What If. He was in that one What If episode.
Right.
Those are loosely canon.
I just thought of one last thing that I would want to add to my add to what I would change to the film, and that is that I want to add a Stan Lee cameo.
True.
Oh man, that'd be good.
Mm-hmm. Also, I should say, I was peeking at Hector's notes as he was talking, and I didn't read it correctly. And instead of Bessie, I saw Bussy. And I was deeply concerned.
That hell cow's got a lot of cake. Okay, a lot of patty cake. No, never mind. No, not cow cake. Forget it. That was bad. I'm tired. All right, let's do grades for this movie. I think I already know Smash's or John's.
All right, Ed.
No, I'm going last.
Okay.
What What would you rate this movie, John? At letter
I
grade, you can
would
do plus or minus.
say, a 7 out of 10.
Okay,
So
it's like a solid C. Okay,
Yeah.
I respect that.
I think I'd go with the C+. I had a good time.
I think just a solid C, like John here, just 7 out of
D for duck.
10. Oh God, no! Can't take mine back. That was.
I was thinking he was going to say a F for fuck this.
No, I didn't hate it that much. D for duck.
titty.
The first T for titty.
D for duck. Yeah.
Speaking of Ed, what did you think of my idea of adding more duck tits to the film?
It was just weird and disturbing. I'd rather not.
The funny thing, I don't know if you guys even noticed, there are multiple times in the film where there are duck tits. There's right before that scene, and he's looking at a Play Duck magazine that also has some.
Well,
Yeah.
but that one, I think she was wearing more lingerie. I think she technically had the...
Her nips.
Yeah,
were
I don't
covered.
Her nips were
remember
covered, so it's not
nipples
full tit.
being. I don't remember.
No,
nipples
no,
being,
it was. I think it was the nipples that
visible.
sent us all to like that sent us all to frenzy.
It
Yeah.
literally was.
Oh man, I think that it was a lot easier for me because even though I watched this for the first time around like 1.5-2 years ago, I've known for many years that there's duck tits in this because I've just watched like a lot of top 10 videos of like weird scenes in movies and stuff. So it was, so I knew that those were in it. So I think I was already like just like
mentally prepared.
okay, it's there.
I was not.
I wish I was there for Ed's.
I think even
Oh,
if somebody
yeah.
had told me there's duck titty with like full nipple, I don't think I would have been prepared.
Yeah. Like I was expecting to be photorealistic. That's what got me. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. So one thing we like to do for fun is we like to say something we've been like a certain form of media we've been into lately, like games, movies,
Books,
music,
yeah,
books.
book, music.
Do you want to go first, or do you want some time to think?
I can go first. I have been for this entire year so far, so 5 months. I have been in binging from the beginning The Simpsons, and I'm in like season 9 now.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
a pretty cool thing to try. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll catch up by the end of the year?
I have no idea. There's isn't there like 30 seasons or something?
There's
Or,
at
I
least,
think
like,
there's
one.
36 seasons actually. So so if I in 5 months was able to get to season 9, I expect that I'm probably not gonna get to 36 by the end of the year.
Oh, it's 34. Oh,
Okay, 34.
Do you get
So
a chance?
you have a small chance. I think they get shorter as it keeps going, just because they have so much in
Okay.
syndication. But who knows?
okay.
That's
That's basically all I've been watching for fun lately.
cool. That's pretty cool, though. Good luck. Godspeed. Godspeed, Spider-Man. No. Ruthie?
So, lovely audience, let me share with you a funny story.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this. Okay.
So, several weeks ago, I discovered my credit card had reward points. You know, like you can get cool perks with it. Well, I had 10,000 reward points on my credit card, so I did what any rational, normal human being would. I bought 8 gift cards for GameStop and a little one for Cheesecake Factory.
$25 gift card
Yes.
for GameStop.
And a gift card for Cheesecake Factory so I can take my husband out on a date.
Yay!
Cheesecake.
Nice.
Cheesecake.
So, last Monday, we got 8 GameStop gift cards in the mail, and I did what any normal person would do. I dragged my husband's ass to GameStop.
Oh, I drove you there. Are you kidding me? I was excited.
We were so excited. We showed up to the GameStop. We got Tears of the Kingdom, Jedi Survivor, and Kirby at the Forgotten Lands. And one after another. Gift card. Click.
Just swiping.
Gift card. Click. Gift card. Click. The 8th one, we've got 3 cents on it. We get the protection plan. It's another whatever. And Hector pulls out his wallet, and the lady behind the cash register is like, "Oh my god, you're pulling out another gift card, aren't you?" And we're like, no. We're out. It's cash.
It's cash.
But yeah, Hector and I have been fighting for custody over Tears for the Kingdom. The low-key unspoken rule is 4 hours
A day.
per person a day.
And the weekends mainly. We're
Yeah.
busy in the weekdays.
Yeah, we have like jobs and adult stuff, and it sucks. Because all I want to do is make Tears of the Kingdom.
So if you've been noticing by this point, because we have a backlog by now, if you're noticing, hey, why are episodes not going every 2 weeks like they're supposed to?
Oh, we're gonna do it week by week now?
No, every 2 weeks. But you're like, why are we doing it every 2 weeks? Why is it like 3 weeks or a month? It's because we've been playing lots of Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm very behind on editing. Also, Jedi Survivor, I am
True.
very behind.
True. We are suffering and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Ed.
I'll go last.
Mooster Crackish.
What?
Metalocalypse.
Oh, Metalocalypse. Nice.
Mooster Crackish. Do you guys like coffee? Duncan Hill's coffee?
I
Some of the
think
songs
he's
in that
turning
are-
into a Dark Lord Overlord of the Universe.
Yeah. Sewn back together, wrong, back together.
Oh,
I think I've heard that song. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. Is it like back together wrong, back together wrong? Am I right, or is that am I thinking of a different song?
Sewn back together, wrong, back together, sewn back together, wrong.
Okay, I've only heard like one.
Sewn back together, wrong is like the thing, but it's
Okay,
yeah, that's like in the first episode, and then you were right. They took it off HBO Max, so I can't keep watching it right now.
you can.
Big
Yo
oof.
ho! I can't say it
Yar.
legally.
Yar hard fiddly dee. Being a pirate is alright to be. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
All right, I'm gonna give mine now, and there's a. Do you mind if you listen to a bit of a small story?
Again?
I'm
we have
absolutely fine.
it's
with
story
it.
time corner in the household, okay?
So
I'm absolutely fine with it.
last episode, I mentioned the book Chain Gang All Stars by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah. Yesterday, knowing I had work early in the morning, I ventured to the big bookstore of Powell's, which is very well known because it's like 4 stories and it's a bookstore.
And yeah, it's like it's a tourist trap. It's a huge bookstore.
It's like the only tourist trap the locals are like super fine with because it just means more books.
Mhm.
I like, yeah, go support your local independent bookstore, like I do it, or I try to, but at the same time, like,
Well, I mean, Powell's is local.
yeah, but it's like a bigger one, not the
It-
smaller mom and pop.
It's
Anyway-
a mom and pop, yeah.
Yeah, but point being, they had this author who I've been, really a big fan of. So I got to go in, I got to listen. I read the book, I finished it the night before. I go in, and like, guys, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I'm not trying to be all parasocial here, but like, he is. He's a very kind, very intelligent man, like, who really knows what he's talking about. The book is about, it's a satirical look at the prison industrial complex. The word is essentially like, hey, you have a 25-year sentence. You want to cut it down to 3? You have to fight for your life against other prisoners for 3 goddamn years.
It gives Hunger Games and Squid Game energy, but in like a unique way.
Yes, it's more I don't want to give it all away, but he tries to take an empathic look, and it's like, yeah, these people are terrible, but don't you think they're still human? They deserve to have a really good chance of being redeemed and being treated as human, no matter what they've done. And shouldn't we like change the way we look at prisons? Because not many other countries that are very developed do the same thing we do. It tells a very touching story through all that. I did mention the podcast. Who knows if he's going to listen to it? But if you do, hi Nana. It was fun meeting you, and thanks for signing my book. That's it.
Oh, one last thing. Since we were talking about Kermit the Frog, and Ed also mentioned coffee, if you are like me and you like watching commercials, you heard me right. On YouTube, you should check out the old Wilkins coffee ads from the 1950s, 1960s. So Jim Henson of Kermit the Frog fame, he developed Kermit's puppet first, not for the Muppet Show, but for Wilkins Coffee. It's a series of ads where Kermit is more aggressively, each time more aggressive than the last, threatening this guy, Mr. Wilkinson, to drink Wilkins coffee. It's hilarious.
It's pretty
That's
good.
disturbing.
So does
Yes.
it
Yeah, it's like proto Kermit.
Yeah.
does it get to the point of him cursing?
No, it's like
Commercial.
no, it's
I mean,
like
you can have cursing as long as it's censored.
Yeah.
well, it's the 50s, but like one of them, for example, he's got the guy he's trying to get the coffee to sit in an electric chair, and he's like, "So, do you want to drink Wilkins coffee?" Heck no. Pulls the trigger.
Yeah, it's funny. They're really funny.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Henson was ahead of the game.
Yeah, there's like a
yeah.
couple minute compilation of all the ads strung together, and it's if you
I'm-
like ads, it's a good one.
Nice.
I might watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie just because they made the animatronics. The Henson Company made the animatronics.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Here, I'll post it in the Discord. Lovely audience, you should join our Discord. I can show you cool pictures, cool ads, vintage ads. You can see pictures of my cat.
You can
And other people's animals.
Yeah, and you can see our shared stupid memes, and you can also say mean things to me in our newest channel, where
Yes,
it's
the most
dedicated
important
for
one.
saying mean things to me.
Are there
A lot.
any rules on the Discord?
The
Yes,
Discord
but
rules aren't shown.
not in the saying mean things to me.
Yeah.
No. We're sent to, no, Ed. This is the internet. Wild Wild West. No, there are some rules.
There are
There are rules, yeah.
there are
I
two
mainly-
rules. Don't be a dick. No hate. And the don't be a
Okay.
dick, there's a sub thing for unless you're being a dick to Ed. He likes that.
So I can so I can send pictures of duck tits to the Insult Ed channel.
Yes.
I'm worried we'll be flagged for something.
And I will definitely grade your insults, by the way.
Ruth, I think I've taken a vow of never doing it because I can see him live. I can see Ed all the time, and I insult him to his face on a pretty
Yeah.
good basis. So
We had a pretty good razzing session last recording during Point Break.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was fun.
We-
We have an Instagram. We'll link in the thing, but Instagram.
Yeah, lovely audience. You should join us on Discord. You should follow us on Instagram. It's at reshoot__ podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also,
we also
have
have
a Tweety Bird.
We do have a bird that does a tweet. It is at reshoot movie PO1.
Don't forget
We-
that rip-off Mastodon.
Disgusting. Elephants inferior to bird. It is at reshoot podcast.
We also have a merch store. We do little stickers. I think. Did that ever get resolved?
I still need to convert that over. So
Okay,
it's still
but-
currently Redbubble.
But it will soon be something else.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you're old school like me, like if you're a boomer, we also have an email.
You can email us things. Like recommendations or how you feel about the podcast.
Or duck tits.
Or pictures of cute, non-sexual images of ducks, please and thank you. Go straight to me.
Or you can say mean things to me through the email instead.
You can also email mean things to Ed. Please put it in the subject line, otherwise I will cry. It is reshootpodcast@gmail.com.
Do you want to? Hey, John, do you want to give yourself one more shout out? Tell
Yeah.
us more about.
Yeah, shameless self plug.
Yes. So,
Self-plug.
again, I'm the host of the Smash Represents the Gamma Analysis. It's a podcast where I do where I review all kinds of geeky films with a focus on Hulk. I also every once in a while do some random things like one time actually it was a 2-part episode, but I read out the script from the canned pilot pilot for the Powerpuff Girls. So it's gonna be live action on CW.
Oh god.
Oh, you read? Wait, I didn't. I missed
I
that episode.
read
You
it.
read it?
I think that's self-harm,
Yes.
dude.
I read that, and it was hilarious how ridiculous it was.
How much psychic damage did you get from reading it?
I'm surprised that episode is up. That sounds like self-harm.
It's just someone leaked the script online, and I was able to download it, and then I read it to two friends of mine. One of whom is a massive Powerpuff Girls fan, and it was honestly one of my most hilarious sets of episodes. You can find my podcast on basically all major podcast platforms. You can find me on Twitter or at Smash Trivia John.
You also have a Patreon, right?
Yes, I do. So if you want to support me, you can and join the Patreon, and you can get every month me reading comics with my friends and where we do voices for every character. We did a whole 4-part series about of where She-Hulk teamed up with Howard the Duck. I also have on there B Smash, where I react to bad or B movies. And then I have trivia, some trivia that where my co-host Keith he asked me trivia questions every month, and then finally the last thing on the Patreon is that on every month is Smasher Passes. This is where my co-host gets it's to force me to Smasher Pass some really crazy stuff. One time he had me doing IKEA furniture. Yeah. I got some revenge on him this month because this his birthday is this month, so I did a little bit of a role reversal thing, and so I had him smasher passing Lord of the Rings characters, and I particularly chose some ones that would be a lot harder on him, like the Eye of Sauron. Was one of them.
How did you do Balrog? How was Balrog?
I did not do Balrog. I should have done that one. I know I did Gollum.
Okay, or Wormtongue? Did you do Wormtongue?
I don't think I did Wormtongue. I
It's just so
don't
crazy.
remember what bad ones I did. I also like I had because we normally do like 10 of them, but because I wanted to have the entire fellowship, I had the fellowship be 2 at a time, so you either have to smash both or pass on both. And I decided to be really funny and have that for Gandalf and Boromir. I just put 2 pictures up of their of the articles where they said that they don't like intimacy coordinators. Just so I could mainly so I could have an excuse to talk about that, because I like to every once in a while talk about some serious topics on my podcast, because I think it's kind of an important thing to make there be some more attention towards when there are crappy things happening in the world.
For sure.
Well, if you ever want a recommendation for, I don't know if it technically counts as a B movie, but if you want a movie to react to, I would definitely recommend Sharks of the Corn.
Oh, okay.
And if you haven't done an episode on Austin Powers, I'm down for that. I used to watch. I watched that as a kid.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind reviewing sometime the Austin Powers films. I would not react to them though, because I've already watched all of them, and
Fair.
so which in my reactions, I want to get my first time watching side reactions.
That's
so
fair.
It to be crazier reactions.
That's fair. Another one I'd recommend is Velocipaster.
That one is
Yeah, I
peak
have,
cinema.
I have
It's
seen
actually
that.
good, though.
I have seen that. I honestly really do not like Velocipaster. Though.
Really?
But the special
Yeah,
effects
I
for the
do
car
not enjoy
explosion.
it at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh,
Huh. That's like a 5
My-
that's like a 5 out of 5 for me, weirdly enough.
Have you seen The
um,
Room?
I have not. I
Oh
kind
my
of.
God.
Part of me wants to watch The Room,
Okay.
but part of me is heard a lot about what's in it. I'm like, this doesn't sound like I am gonna enjoy.
No. You will enjoy it.
I'm not trying to oversell it, but
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
change your life.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is definitely a cult classic, 100%. But
Mhm.
like, it is like you have to.
He's
go
met
in it-
Tommy. Keep in mind,
Yeah,
Ed's met Tommy
I've
Wiseau.
met the two
He's
main
been-
characters of that movie.
He's been blessed by touching the hair.
Yeah, and I also touched Greg Sestero's beard.
Oh, that's cool.
How was the beard?
It was short, so not a lot, but I still touched his face. But yeah, I did stroke Tommy's luxurious, luscious locks. Alliteration.
Changed his life.
Is there an
I-
L word for stroking hair?
Licking?
Licked his luscious, luxurious locks. But yeah, don't go into it seriously. Try to find
Mhm.
anything
Oh, yeah.
you can think about to make fun of it and laugh at it. 100%.
I can definitely understand that.
You laid your hands on his luxurious
Laid
locks.
does not sound right. It sounds worse than licking.
I'm trying.
No, I
here.
appreciate you trying. At the same time,
You
though, just the thought
Laid
that
on
popped into my-
hands.
There we
Laid
go.
on hands.
Hands. Right, you also play D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I also real quick thing, a little bit of lore about The Room. There is a prop in the movie of a framed picture of a spoon, right? And that's become a thing where if you go to screenings, there's a screening in one of these theaters like every year or every couple months, and people bring a box of plastic spoons, and whenever that prop is in scene, they yell spoon and throw plastic spoons everywhere. So when I went to the screening where I met Tommy and Greg, one person did have a box of spoons, and I'm like, I asked for a plastic spoon, and he gave it to me. And then when I went to Tommy and Greg, I said, please sign my spoon. And
Oh.
they did. So I have a signed spoon where one side is signed by Tommy Wiseau and the other one by Greg Sestero.
I thought you were going to say you were the only one who threw the spoon, and it was really awkward.
No. I kept my spoon in my hand that entire time. It was signed by both of them. It was, initialed because it's a spoon, but it's probably worth money to somebody.
Yeah.
I usually for the or the B Smash, since I do multiple of them each month, I usually try to I come up with a theme for each month. I'll probably at some point in the future try to do a shark themed B movies one. So I can definitely try to do the Sharks of the Corn for that, and then also since I've never seen any of them, the Sharknado franchise.
Oh, that's a good one. I need to see
Huh?
those too. I'd love an excuse to see them.
Oh, you could also do the Meg. I know it's not technically a B movie. It should be a B movie.
It's a B. It's like a B. I've heard people describe it as a B movie with like A level everything else.
Yeah. No, that's accurate.
I
I would say probably has a B movie with way too high a budget.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's also a B movie?
B movie.
B movie.
All right. Thanks, John, for being here with us. It's been a lot of fun.
Of
This has
course.
been really good.
I had a lot of fun myself. Honestly, this has probably been the most excited I've been for any kind of guest appearance coming on side because I knew I had some stuff that would crazy stuff to say for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. You definitely did. More than welcome to come back anytime.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Today's film was Howard the Duck, directed by Willard Huyck. The writers were Willard Huyck and Gloria Katz, and based on the original work by Steve Gerber and Val Mayerick. And the cinematographer was Richard H. Klein. I'm not sure if they have social media accounts of their own, but go show some love for each of them on yours. They made a movie, which is more than we can say here. Apologies, lovely audience, for the delay in this episode. We've had a dog of a day? And also our next film will be Dog. Goodbye.